Hello. Welcome back to my channel. Long time no see. Where have I been? Don't even ask me. It has been, what kind of rhyme? It has been, y'all, I'm trying to keep up with my YouTubes, but I'm in school. I'm taking 6 classes, trying to plan a wedding, trying to get around to planning a wedding, making content, just life is lifing. In a good way and just in a busy way. So welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. Thank you for stopping by. Here you're gonna find vegan recipes, a little sporadically, but I'm working on being more consistent. But yeah, you're gonna find vegan recipes that are delicious, full of soul, full of love, chef's kiss. And if you're a returning subscriber, hey, oh my gosh, you know I love when y'all check out my videos. I love when anyone checks out my videos, but especially my returning subscribers that know that I'm trying to do this YouTube thing, okay? So today's video is going to be my sweet potato biscuits. If your granny never taught you how to make biscuits, don't worry, I got you. You ain't gotta worry. This recipe is gonna taste like your granny made them, okay? Super easy. If you're intimidated by dough, don't worry. You can do this, okay? So enough of me yapping away. Let's jump right into the video. To get started on our sweet potato biscuits, we need 1 medium-sized sweet potato. My audio went out here, so excuse the awkward camera angles and stuff, but you're gonna roast that in the oven at 375 until you can pierce a fork through it, and then you're gonna remove the skin. After that, we're gonna use a hand mixer, or you can use a KitchenAid. I didn't use my KitchenAid because not a lot of people have them, so I went ahead and used a hand mixer just to break some of this up and to remove the strings from the sweet potato. This sweet potato filling is similar to a sweet potato pie filling, just without the eggs and stuff like that. So once you get most of those strings out, you're then gonna go in with some vanilla bean paste, or you can use just regular vanilla bean extract. And then I like to go in with some agave, but you can use maple syrup as well. And then give that a little mixy mix. And I don't know if I showed this, but I like to add a little bit of melted vegan butter as well, along with some cinnamon and just a pinch of nutmeg. And now it's time for us to make our vegan buttermilk. Vegan buttermilk is very simple. You need 1 cup of your choice of plant milk, vegan milk, almond, oat milk, soy milk, whatever, and 1 tablespoon of something acidic. So you can do lemon juice, apple cider vinegar, or regular vinegar. And you're gonna let that sit until it curdles just like you see here. Now we're just going to add our vegan buttermilk back into our sweet potato puree, get that handy dandy mixer out and go ahead and mix. And I like to personally slowly add in my vegan buttermilk because sometimes I don't need it all, but in this recipe, I used most of it, as you'll see right here. Since the sweet potato puree is gonna be the wet ingredients that we end up adding to the dry ingredients, you want the consistency to look like this. You want it to be loose, but not too loose. Now it's time to move on to our dry ingredients. We're gonna start with 3 cups of all-purpose unbleached flour, okay? I like to start with really 2.5 cups, and you can add in the 1/2 cup slowly if you need to. Then we're gonna add in some salt, some sugar, and then we're gonna go in with some baking powder as well. I will add everything in the description down below, so don't worry if I'm talking too fast, don't worry. Here's a pro tip. When we're working with biscuits, you wanna make sure the butter is cold. So I like to pop mine in the freezer about an hour before I'm going to start this recipe. And then I like to grate the butter right into the bowl because it just makes it easier. Or you could just chop them up into little pieces, and then you can add it to the dry ingredients. I just find grating the butter makes it easier, less to clean up, and that's what it should look like right there. And then I take my hands and I get them dirty with this recipe. You can't be afraid to get your hands dirty. Our grandmas and our moms back in the day, they were in the kitchen getting their hands dirty. So you wanna go ahead and break it up, and you wanna really work the flour and butter in together. You're gonna get this sand-like texture. Once we achieve the sand-like texture, most of the butter is incorporated into the flour, and we can go ahead and add in our wet ingredients. I'm not going to lie, sweet potato biscuits can be a little tricky because the sweet potato puree is our wet ingredients. So if it's not wet enough, it won't come together. If it's too wet, it's gonna be too sticky. So it's just really important to be patient during this process. It may not look like it's coming together, but I promise you in the end, it will come together. It's very hard to mess these up. So you want to go ahead and mix until you get a dough like this. And if you need to add more flour, if it's too sticky, you can add more flour. If you need to add a little bit more milk because it's not wet enough, you can add a little bit more of that vegan milk, okay? Now we're going to move the dough to a floured surface, okay? You want to make sure the surface has a lot of flour because this dough can be very sticky. We're going to go ahead and lightly knead the dough. We don't want to knead the dough too much because if you overmix and over knead the dough, the biscuits aren't going to be nice. They're going to be dense and yucky, and we don't want that. I like to make sure that I have a lot of flour coated because it just makes the dough a lot easier to work with. And it looks like I'm overworking the dough here, but I'm really not. So I like to take the rolling pin and we're going to roll out the dough, and then we are going to fold the dough into one another. This is how a lot of people get those nice layers in the biscuits. I like to do this about 2 to 3 times, but remember, we don't want to overwork the dough. So if you can only do it twice, that's fine. If you need to add more flour, feel free to add more flour. And then I just continue to roll this bad boy out, and then I take my biscuit cutter. If you don't have a biscuit cutter, don't worry. There's no need to worry. You can just use a glass. I've used mason jars before, whatever you have on hand that kind of resembles a biscuit shape. And you want to go ahead and cut your biscuits out and make sure that you have your cookie sheet with your parchment paper lined and ready to go. This is what the biscuits look like, and I'm just brushing some oil on my parchment paper just because I don't like for my biscuits to stick, but you don't really want to brush a lot of oil because it will burn the bottom. Nothing annoys me more than when I make biscuits and then I put too much oil on the bottom. I just need to get a nonstick pan, y'all, but when I put too much oil on the bottom and I pull them out the oven and they're burnt. But this is what they should look like. And then we're gonna go ahead and bake these at 425 for 12 to 15 minutes or until they're golden brown. Sometimes they could take a little longer depending on the oven, but when they come out the oven, they should look exactly like this. And then you hit them with that vegan brown sugar butter. 10 out of 10. So delicious, y'all. Look at that. You can't tell me this doesn't look like somebody's granny made them. Those layers are perfect. It is amazing. And I like a sweet savory, so I like to pair this with a vegan fried chicken with hot honey sauce, and the honey is vegan. 10 out of 10, I definitely recommend. And don't forget to like and subscribe. If you want more recipes like this, let me know in the comments what I should make next. See y'all soon. Y'all, the layers in this biscuit, chef's kiss. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and put on some vegan brown sugar butter, and we gonna taste this. Make you wanna dance. It tastes like somebody granny made these. Oh yeah. Delicious. And then we have like the sweet, spicy, hot honey vibe going on, but of course I did not use honey. We used agave, and I already know this is good. I'm not gonna eat it on camera, but you can't tell me that this is not a 10 out of 10 dish. Gotta make this. You have to. I always say, if you don't make anything else for my page, you should make this. But no, this recipe, if you don't make anything else for my page, you should make this. It's also in my cookbook, okay? I'll go ahead and put the cookbook up here. This 10 out of 10 chef's kiss, period.